Good evening. I'm Youngmin and the co-chair of the Tano committee. Today is the fifth day of fifth month in the lunar calendar. That is to say, today really is the DanO day. This evening, we will begin week-long celebration with stories, music, dance, and folk songs. Please visit our website for more information, www.gateway-korea.org. At this point, I would like to invite Professor Seungkwan Yu, who is the chairperson of Gateway Korea Foundation. He would like to welcome you all to this celebration and share more information about Gateway Korea Foundation. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Seungkwan Yu, Chair of GK Board of Directors. I'd like to welcome everyone to join this 2021 DanO Festival via online. In fact, the pandemic gave GKF a new opportunity to meet our audience via online platform, expanding our audience base, attracting people from not only in the Midwest, but throughout the US and even the rest of the world. GKF was founded in 2013 by a small number of first-generation Korean immigrants to share with the next generation the beauty and goodness of Korean arts and culture. However, realizing that next generation of Korean Americans are also interested in learning how the two cultures relate to each other, the founders broadened the scope of the organization to include cross-cultural understanding in arts and culture. The organization continues to grow and welcomes anyone interested in our mission. Now in its 8th year, GKF has a great mission to inspire cross-cultural appreciation and understanding among the American Midwestern Heartland community in connection with the Korean arts and cultural experiences. This is a very critical time in US that requires a deep understanding of harmony, diversity, inclusion, tolerance, and equity. GKF has a great vision to becoming a cross-cultural organization as a bridge and gateway to achieve these very important values. GKF will be doing their best to use Korean cultural appreciation to promote greater awareness, understanding, and cooperation among the peoples of the world. By 2025, GKF will reach out to our audience more than 250,000 times with our content and establish ourselves as a key non-profit organization to promote Korean arts and culture in the Midwest. GKF hosts two signature events in the spring and the fall. DanO Festival in June celebrates the rich tradition of Korean art by inviting distinguished experts, while Chuseok Festival and Passport to Korea in September is featuring the various aspects of Korean culture and tradition in music, performance, and plays for families to enjoy. GKF started monthly webinar series last year, inviting speakers of various interesting subjects such as Korean immigration, Korean food, Peace Corps in Korea, and so on. GKF will continue this webinar series throughout the year and meet more people with the more interesting topics of Korea. I give special thanks to our partners including St. Louis Art Museum, Education and Art Council, which supports DanO Festival this year. I thank all the volunteers, board and advisory board, and senior advisory council members for their support to make this week-long celebration possible. Please enjoy this great celebration. Thank you very much.
Tano, which falls on May 5th of the lunar calendar, is one of the major traditional festivals in Korea, along with the Lunar New Year Seollal and the harvest festival Chuseok. Tano usually falls in early to mid-June as measured on the solar calendar, a moment when spring turns to summer and when yang energy is at its peak. It represents a significant turning point in agriculture when farmers have just finished seeding and planting. The day thus marks the beginning of the growing season. Celebrating May 5th by the lunar calendar is a tradition shared among East Asian countries, but the activities differ widely. Tano, the Korean celebration, began as a day of spiritual rites during the Mahan period. Today, Tano celebration includes traditional outdoor and indoor activities such as swinging, wrestling, making special cakes with freshly harvested spring herbs, washing hair with water infused with sweet flag irises, and giving gifts of fans to use in the coming summer. The tradition also appears in some well-known artwork from the Joseon dynasty, such as the 18th century painting by Shin Young-bok titled Women on Tano Day and Kim Hong-do's A Dancing Boy.
A long time ago, in the village of Namwon, Korea, everyone was celebrating DanO, a spring festival that took place on the 5th day of the 5th lunar month. The proud son of a government official named Lee Mon-yong, along with his trusting servant Panja, decided to take a break after a long day of studying to enjoy the fresh air and gaze upon the festivities. It was then, from across the pond, that he noticed a beautiful girl, swinging on a wooden swing. Her name was Chunhyang, which of whom he knew as the daughter of an ex-courtesan. Even though she was from a lower class than his, she was well known for being an educated, kind, generous, and charming young woman. She was also very beautiful. Despite her lower social class status, he fell in love with her instantly. Yi quickly ordered his servant Panja to invite Chunhyang over to him, but her faithful servant Hyangdan refused Chunhyang and Yi from meeting each other due to their differences in social classes. Determined, Yi Mon-yong went to Chunhyang's mother Wome for permission to meet and marry Chunhyang. Wome approved, and the two met and married secretly that very day. As each day passed, their love grew and grew. Suddenly, Yi Mon-yong's father's term in office ended. Yi was then told he must move to Seoul with his father immediately. Chunhyang was devastated but understood. She promised him that no matter what happened, she would remain faithful to him. Yi promised that he would return as soon as he can, and that they will have a future in Seoul together. Not soon after Yi and his father departed on their long journey to Seoul, a new magistrate named Bion arrived to the village. He was greedy, selfish, and only cared about partying with courtesans. When Bion heard of the beautiful Chunhyang, he demanded her to be brought before him. Although Chunhyang was not a courtesan, Bion still ordered her to stay the night with him. Chunhyang, strong and faithful to her husband Yi, refused him. Enraged and insulted, Bion swiftly imprisoned Chunhyang and told her, when his birthday comes, she will be punished. Throughout days of torture and humiliation locked away in a cell, she remained faithful while never forgetting the promise she made to her husband. Meanwhile, in Seoul, Yi Mon-yong passed his test and became a secret royal inspector, an undercover investigator who arrests corrupt officials under the order of the king. Disguised as a mendicant or beggar, he headed back to Namwon, Chunhyang's village, excited to see her again. As he walked through the village, he overheard people talking about the fate of Chunhyang and Pyeon's horrible treatment of her. Angered by Pyeon's horrific actions, Yi vowed that he would save Chunhyang. Concealing his identity, Yi finds Wome, who does not recognize him at first. After proving himself to be Yi, they head to the prison to find Chunhyang in her cell. Yi promised to rescue her, even though Chunhyang had lost all hope. Pyeon's birthday, Yi Mon-yong snuck into Pyeon's party, where he is planning on punishing Chunhyang. Byeon asks Chunhyang one last time to lay with him. Chunhyang refuses. He states if she will not lie with him, then she will die. Right before he is about to punish and kill her, Yi reveals he is a secret agent, and that this corrupt magistrate is under arrest. Byeon and his corrupt party tried to escape, but were overpowered by Yi's agents. Now, reunited, Yi and Chunhyang move to Seoul. While in Seoul, the king compliments Chunhyang and JUMEONI on their accomplishments, and, as a reward, give Chunhyang the status of a noble woman. Together, Chunhyang and JUMEONI live a happy, blessed life.
봄이 오면 산들에 진달래 피네. 진달래 피는 곳에 내 마음 높여. 건너마을 젊은 처자 곧 따라오거든. 꽃만 멀고 이 마음도 함께 따가주. 봄이 오면 하늘 위에 종달 세우네. 종달 세우는 곳에 내 마음 돌아. 너를 나는야 봄이 되면 그대 그리워 종달새 되어서 알붙인 나오 나는야 봄이 되면 그대 그리워 젠달래 꽃이 되어 웃어본다오
It was quite a celebration this evening. This was made possible by many hours on Tano committee members, many GKF members, and others. I also thank my husband, David Crum, for editing and producing tonight's event. We have more celebrations prepared for you all to enjoy. This week, in partnership with the St. Louis Art Museum. On Wednesday, 7 p.m., we will have an artist demonstration of JUMEONI by Youngmin Lee, well-known Korean-American textile artist from San Francisco. On Friday, 7 p.m., we will have a lecture on textiles and women's culture in Joseon Dynasty, Korea by Lee Talbot. He is the curator in the George Washington University Textile Museum. Please go to the www.slam.org and click on events. Then register for the event, please. On Saturday, 7 p.m., we will conclude the DanO 2021 celebration with the cross-cultural panel discussion. The discussion will examine the similarities and differences between Korean, and African American textile art. Panelists will be Edna Patterson Perry, a celebrated African American textile artist, Youngmin Lee, and Lee Talbot. It will be moderated by Amanda Thompson Rondell from St. Louis Art Museum. Please visit us at www.gateway-korea.org for more information about the panel discussion. Have a good evening, and we are looking forward to celebrating with you in person for Tano 2022. Thank you.